Hello, folks. This is Donald speaking. So, I think you saw my recent or my previous video that I made me purchasing two 5K accounts from Funded Next. So, this is a follow up video. What I'm trying to say is, as I mentioned, I told that I was going to trade US100 and US30 on those accounts. So I'm here to show you the performance or my performance of this past week. And let's start with US 100. So on US 100, well, we are down 1%. So what happened is I took a loss here and profit 2%. So basically the way I'm approaching or the way I trade is I risk 1% to gain 2%. My trade expectancy or my risk reward is very, very mechanical. If I have a trade that is running, maybe let's say it has transitioned or is still open the next day, I will probably, and if I see another setup, I'll probably take it regardless of I have an open position, and I don't close trades manually. It's either it hits stop loss or it hits take profit. And also I don't consider news that much because when I was back testing and I saw those results, well, there was no news involved. And the way that I saw news is more like in catalyst when I was back testing, easy to hit targets. So for those who don't know, or should I say most of you don't know, I was exposed to the financial markets since 2018, and since I have never found profitability. I've blown more than 600 accounts, and I've lost or failed more than 20, or should I say 20 Propfirm accounts. But mind, to keep that in mind, I was purchasing these challenges at always at a 40 to 50% discount, aiming those small ones like 5K and 10K. And the biggest that I went was 25K. You know, the funded trader, they used to have those insane discounts. And I would encourage anyone who's still struggling or is not profitable to just go for those discounted Propfirms. And maybe if you are profitable, and go to those reputable ones. So for me, generally, I've been struggling for 6.5 years, and if I finish this year still struggling, that will be a 7 year. But something really came and changed me. So for the past 6 years, I thought technical analysis where I was not good at technical analysis because I was taking losses and wins. And frankly, I've studied technical analysis to a level where back then, in those periods, I could win maybe 5 trades, and the sixth one would devastate me, and I would switch the strategy. It's not working because I was expecting to win every single trade, and this was very, very hard on myself, losing one single trade. I felt betrayed, and I felt that the strategy was not working. So for like the previous months, like 2 months ago, I sat down. I was coming from work. I was very exhausted, and I was kind of like trying to detox the social media, dopamine search that we are all caught up these days. And I said to myself, well, I've been changing strategies for 6 years. I've mastered, pretty good technical analysis, and I'm still not profitable yet. What is happening? That is when I said, well, you know what? I think I need to look on my psychology. And psychology is one of those things that I always, look on the surface. I will just scratch the surface and be like, no, what? Nah, I'm good. Let me just go and improve my technical analysis. I've always had people saying Mark Douglas changed their lives, and I've always had people recommending to read Trading in the Zone or Disciplined Trader. But to myself, I'm not a book reader, and I was like, you know what, I wouldn't waste my time to read a book for me to find profitability. So you know what I did? I said to myself, these recent months, past 2 months, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go on YouTube and look some of Mark Douglas's YouTubes, and I found out that they were, recorded workshops, DVDs, and I said to myself, I'm not that person who is like watching a video for like 2 3 hours, getting first up. No, I'm not. I can watch the most boring video for like 6 hours without even blinking. Well, not the blinking part, but without being first, I would still finish it. So I watched all of Mark Douglas's DVDs, and it was mind blowing. The way he talks about probability, the way he talks about you not knowing who is behind the price movement, well, it really changed my mind. So I started to think in probabilities the way you say, like the definition of probability, the way I took it or understand it is you don't know what the next outcome is going to be, but throughout a sample size, that is when you know the percentage of something happening or something's probability. So it stuck with me, and I said to myself, I'm a good trader. I'm a good trader. I don't know why I'm sabotaging myself, because I was thinking I should win every single trade, and that's not the case. And I was blaming myself whenever I took a loss. Sometimes every tick on my trading plan would be checked, but the trade would hit stop loss. And I would be devastated and say, well, you know what? I'm a shitty trader. I didn't know or understand the game of probabilities. But I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to change. And I'm not only going to change alone, I'm going to change with the world. And as I've said earlier on, I've never received a payout, and I've never withdrawn the money that I would take and use it for something. It's either I make a profit, I withdraw, and I redeposit after losing the one that I left in the account. So the reason why I'm making this video is to be different from what many traders show. What I mean by that is we have a lot of traders who are like, well, I failed for 2 years and then I just changed my mind and I started to find for profitability. But for me, I'm saying, well, I was not documenting my losses, because we have a lot of YouTubers now who are documenting their journey, who are still struggling. But I am now going to document the transition from losing a mindset to a winning mindset. That is what I'm here for. This transparency. And this is a lot of people fail to elaborate or to tell, because it's very hard to kind of like tell the exactly things that was happening when you were transitioning, or you were sort of like switching that flip in your memory to say, well, you know what, I'm done, I'm going to do things differently. So I thought I should document it and share with you. And I'm not saying I'm a profitable trader, no, I'm not, but I feel like I'm transitioning. And these two funded accounts, I believe the they are going to show whether I've changed or not. And I know a lot of people, the way they see these funded accounts, they say, you know what, you're not going to pass it right away. You're going to fail. Maybe you hit two, you fail one. But I believe if you are a good trader and you follow your plan, it's quite impossible to kind of like lose this funded or these challenges. If you have a solid trading plan, like the one that I've pitched, like the one that I have, it's not about the strategy. If you get me right now, it's not about the strategy. It's about your mindset. It's about thinking in probabilities. I've back tested the strategy and I'm now confident about this strategy. I'm now comfortable with the strategy. I only tried these two pairs, US100 and US30, because I've back tested them. Not because they are better than Euro USD or anything. It's just that I back tested them and they are what suit me. I'm comfortable with them. So not to brag or not to take a lot of your time, I think I'm just going to show you the result of this week. So on US100, this week I'm down 1%. And if it was the losing mind trader that I was or that I'm running from, I think I would have already blown this account. I wouldn't close the week with a negative 1%. I would be devastated. I would try to blow the account in whatever I can and come fresh the next week and do the same thing, the same thing, and the same thing. It's a loop, a very, very unending, endless loop that was happening to my life. And I'm so happy that I had to meet Mark Douglas's words. May he rest in peace, and thankful for his words. That goes to show how powerful words are. So sorry for the noisy background. And so I had to stop the video a little bit. There was some disturbance, but let me jump into. So I said I took a loss, I took a win, 2%. I took a loss and I took a loss. So I don't know if I've already mentioned it, but I now trading mechanically. It's either stop loss or take profit, and a 1 to 2 risk reward is a fixed 1 to 2 risk reward. I don't want anything to be subjective, because the moment you start to subjectify things, the moment you are inviting these whole lot of emotions on the table, and it's very, very hard. I used to take profits based on strike points or based on P&L, but now I don't. It's very, very debilitating, and the best thing you can do if you're still struggling is to define your parameters, your risk parameters, especially to a objective standpoint. I think that's the best thing you can ever do. Objectify your risk management, your take profits, stop losses, and risk in terms of your account percentage wise, especially for me. So let me now switch to MT5. So I'll, like I said, I'll be trading the pairs separately. These are the trades that I took: a loss, a win, a loss, a loss. So I did take, there are two trades here. You can see there are two, the win and the loss. So I did take 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 trades. Yes, there are 4 trades. So this was a loss, 1%, again 2%, a loss, 1% again, and also a loss, 1%. So for the week, I'm down 1%. That's $50 on a 5K account, and I will be showing you my funded next trading analytics so that you can actually understand the winning percentage and risk to reward. So now let's shift to US30. US30 was having a good week because I did take a 2% win, 2% win, 1% loss, and a 2% win. And like I said, I'm using C Trader to trade US30, and as you can see, these are the results. 2% win, 2% win, 1% loss, and a 2% win. So we are up to $150. That's 5%, and our overall target is going to be 8%, and our overall drawdown is also 8%. So let's go to funded next terminal. So for me to actually breach my account, to actually breach the daily loss, it's quite impossible because I only take one trade per day. And even though I have a running trade and I take another one, it's only going to be 2%. If I take two losses, it's only going to be 2% per day, and that's it. So I want to start with the NAS account. You can see we do have a negative 1%, and we have 4 trading days, and you can see the minimum trading days 5, current 4, and maximum loss is 400, and blah blah blah. So let's go to the advanced trading overview. So you can see my average win trade was $100, average losing $50 for trades taken, and average risk reward here. Average risk reward is 1 to 2. The win rate 25%, loss rate 75%, profit factor 0.67. So the win rate is quite low because I don't have the 20 trade sample size. With the 20 trade sample size, that is when I'm going to determine my win percentage and my loss percentage. Right now, we're just checking like 4 trades statistics to come with these uh, results. But yeah, it is what it is. So this is the equity graph. We are down. So I don't want this video to be that long. Let me shift or open the one that I'm trading, US30. So as you can see, we are up 5% on this account, 3 trading days, and the same. Let's go to trading overview, and you can see average winning trade $100, losing 44, which is like $50, and 4 trades that I took this week, and average risk reward 1 to 2, win rate 75, and loss rate 25. So you can see it's quite the opposite of what can I say, quite the opposite of what of the performance of US 100 or NAS, and I'm up 5%, but there I'm down 1%, and you can see the power of risk reward, 75 win rate and 25 loss rate, and I'm up to $150. So yeah, it is what it is, and you can see this is the equity graph. And beside using trading funded, next is analytical trade growth view. It's just a word that. So I also do manual journaling. I also do a manual graph journaling. So everything that I take, everything that I do, I also do it manual. So yeah, this is what it is. So I don't want to kind of like lie to you or say that I'm different from any other trader. What I can only say is you need that cognitive shift for you to kind of like understand the markets. I know if you are in your initial stages of trading, you don't actually understand. I mean, you do maybe a little bit, but for me, the pain of trading, the pain of losing, the pain of depositing, well, it has been with me for 6 years. Right now, I'm 26 years old. I started to trade when I was like around 20 years. So you can do the math. I was very young. Luckily, I stick with my job. I work on the pharmaceutical, and I found the job around 2017. Ever since, this is something that I was using to kind of like take care of my family. And there's a lot of things I would share with you right now, but I think the video will be like very, very long. And I do wish you a good trading. I hope we can be friends, not only friends that are going to say, whoa, nice video, but we're going to uplift each other. I think I have a lot of things to share, and I think I also have a lot of knowledge to share. I think once I am able to come out of this hell of losing challenges, and well, there's going to be a bright light, and I'm not only going to enjoy it myself, I'm going to enjoy with you, fam. I'm going to enjoy with you. And do subscribe, and there's going to be a video every week of my performance. And yeah, I think you would want to stick on this channel to actually and fully experience how it can be when you're transitioning from losing to winning. And I hope you find this very, very informative, and I hope we're all going to make it. And thank you if you're watching. This is Donald speaking.